So what most of us do is we're not comfortable giving instructions, so we give them badly.
Okay, yep.
And then the employee has to interpret bad instructions. Of course, we don't think they're bad. It made sense to us. How could this go wrong? I understood. I understood it before I even said it. So
Yeah.
they quite often don't get it because the instructions were not clear, and then they interpret them and they don't do too well, but they're probably doing the best they can anyhow with what they were given, and they kind of mess it up, so we get disappointed, so do they, and it all kind of goes funny.
Yep.
There's a simple trick, and it really is a trick, and that's to make yourself responsible for getting the message across. And that boils down to, okay, Liz, what I want you to do is X, Y, and Z, and I think, do you reckon you could get that done by lunchtime? Does that sound like I'm asking too much of you or not? And you go yes or no.
Yep.
And I have to be brave enough to say, oh, okay, well, if it's too much by lunchtime, when do you think it could be done? You go, yeah, by afternoon tea.
Okay.
I go, all right. Now, I might be a bit disappointed, but we'll kind of go, well, that's her assessment.
Yep.
Well, let's see how you go. But then what I need to do is I need to say, so just so that I'm sure that you got it, would you do me a favour? Could you tell me what it is I'm asking you to do?
Ah, very good. Yeah.
And then you tell me half of it. And I go, the problem's here. Because she was listening, therefore the instructions mustn't have been too clear. Clear here, clear to me, but didn't get across. So if I'm response-able, that's response hyphen able. I will be able to respond positively to you only having picked up half of what I said by saying it's not her. The only person I can work with is me, so how can I say that another way? All right, so what I meant, Liz, was the bit you got, but I also wanted you to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, that might seem like, well, does that seem like a bigger job? You go yes or no. I go, all right, so what do you think it is now? You tell me. Now, we both know now that you're clear on what needs to be done.
Yep.
So I turn up at afternoon tea and I'm too late because that's the end of the job. If I'm going to be responsible, I'm going to turn up halfway and say, how you going?
How you going? Yeah.
So we can find out, not at the end, but halfway along. So great delegation is not dump it on you and leave. And many people think delegation is dump it and leave. And with outsourcing, it's very much like that. It's kind of like, okay, so you're in the Philippines, this is what I want done, give me a call when it's done. And they do that too. They say, I'll send it to you by Thursday. So we're talking to them on Monday and we're going to have it by Thursday, but little do we think better check in on Tuesday, Wednesday and just see how it's going. Now, depending on your personal perspective, you're going to say, well, I'm bothering them by ringing them up, seeing how it's going or not, or I'm helping them by letting them know that, we were expecting progress, or should we not have been expecting progress? Or is it that actually they're not going to get to it until Thursday and they'll do it in half an hour and then send it back? Just need to know. So that we can be real with them.
So, and manage expectations too.
Manage expectations on both sides of the fence. So I'll be responsible for me, but I'm also going to be responsible for what you get left with after I've talked to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's excellent.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Simple, really.
Yeah.
But we don't get taught that.
No. Well, it is not a skill that we're generally taught. We're taught in school to be followers, not to be leaders. That's right. And not how to get other people to happily do the things that you want done and clearly instruct someone.
The kind of following that we're taught to do is unquestioning following.